Welcome to No Nonsense Whiskey. My name is Vin PF, and on today's episode we've got day 14 of the really good whiskey company Whisky Advent Calendar 2021. Without messing around any longer, let's go check out door number 14 and see what we've got. We've been doing really well. The last few days have been pretty good. And today we've got the Glengoyne 10-year-old, an old favourite on the channel actually. So there you go, you can see that there. I haven't covered this for a very long time. I think I still have. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that. It's probably just off screen, right in this corner here. You can see I had one of these special Glasgow Art School livery tubes. I think I covered it. Well, I don't know, a few years ago at least now. Let's crack that. So I wonder how much it's changed. Not that my palate, I don't think, would be discernible enough to figure it out, nor would I assess it like this anyway. You know, as I've said many times on these videos, ordinarily, obviously, I would assess whiskey under completely different circumstances. So this is just me having a play around on a daily basis, I guess. But I can't remember. Obviously, this is a 40%er, right? Yeah, 40%. I can't remember the details about added colour and whatnot. I don't think so, but you can't quote me on that. But yeah, genuinely, it's not in my brain at the moment. But still, let's get onto the nose and see what we've got. Okay. Now, obviously Glengoyne are big on their kind of sherry influence, but I find, especially down at this level, at the 10 sort of level, it's not that high. Loads of that bourbon barrel influence that it'd be sort of intermingled with. It isn't like overly prevalent on the nose of anything. It's kind of one of those classic, you know, dare I say, kind of Scotchy noses. You know, obviously they're all different one way or another, but there's a kind of classic vibe about it, where it's like vanillas, honeys, maybe a bit of lemongrass, that sort of thing. Pretty typical. It's one of those whiskies that would be really hard to pick out of a blind lineup that what distillery it was, I think. Let's try on the palate. Okay, yeah, I mean, I have no idea what I said years ago when I did this video, but my thoughts immediately now are, God, I wish this was 46%. It's quite watery on the palate. Let's have another little sip. Quite thin on the mouthfeel, but it's really tasty. It's got this kind of like almost like I want to say like a lemon fizzy drop kind of thing, but it's not. It's not quite as lemony as that. It's not. It's got a very small touch of lemon, but not like overly so. Lots more of those vanillas and those bourbon-esque characteristics coming across. Yeah, I mean, it's all right. It's a good price whiskey. What's this, about 30 quid in the UK? Haven't checked the prices on that. Might be a bit more. Might be a bit less. But it's always a welcome addition to the cabinet. I think it's cheap enough to be I wouldn't call this quite guard whiskey territory. It's probably just a little bit too expensive for that, but pleasant enough in all senses. Again, I'm gonna have to go and back and watch my old video, and I implore you to do the same if you want to see a proper review of it. But yeah, it's just fine. It doesn't light my world on fire at all, but there aren't many whiskies at 40% that do these days, unfortunately. I'm a big fan of the higher ABVs, just the way it is. But yeah, let us know what you think about the Glengoyne 10 below. Of course, it's a mainstay of the kind of whiskey fan for sure. Can't say I would rush out to buy another bottle of it. I think if I was going to go and buy Glengoyne, it would be something a little bit higher aged maybe, or some of their kind of newer no age statements, just to give you guys a bit of more varied content. Like I said on another video before, I very rarely cover or buy a bottle of a whiskey that I've already covered, just because there's so many that I can pick from. You know, if there were 100 bottles in the world, then sure, I would buy whiskies again and again and again, but I'm always thinking about new content and videos that I haven't covered and whiskies I haven't tried before. So yeah, I have to say this would go squarely on that. Probably wouldn't buy it myself anymore, but if I got it as a gift, it would be 100% re-reviewed on the channel. Absolutely, because it's it's just a delightful whiskey, and there's nothing really wrong with it. I think that's fair enough to say. In any case, I'm going to have more of this, and I'll see you again tomorrow.